guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my April wrap-up part 1. Somehow I've already read 12 books and I've got a few more on the go. But I'm at home all the time like all of us. I think the second half's going to go a bit slower because I'll be homeschooling my 2 children, so that's going to affect the second half of my figures next year. So on Monday I start homeschooling again. Seriously, guys, those parents out there that are doing it as well, I admire you all. It's so hard work. But yes, we're in the middle of, right now we're coming towards the end of what would have been the Easter holidays. So I've read enough and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving sitting in the garden and reading. I've had some lovely, oh my goodness, some fantastic buddy reads. And so far this month I'm doing really, really well. I can't believe how many books I'm reading and how high the star rating is of all of them. I just can't believe it. Oh my goodness, it's doing really well. I've been currently participating in the TBR Clear Out run by Katie from Books and Things. Really loving it. It's really made me read some books that I didn't think I was going to read. And it's helped me clear out. I've also read my Harry Potter book for the Harry Potter read along that Tom was running. I don't know how that's going because I know obviously with everything that's going on, he's not on social media as much. But I am. I'm currently also reading the Anne of Green Gables book, the Anne of Windy Poplars. But I'll get around to that when I talk about that soon at the end, because that's one of my currently readings. But, so I've read, like I said, I've read actually 12 books, which is quite surprising. I'm currently reading 3 others, which I will show at the end, and I'm listening to one audiobook. And the audiobook is one that you guys are going to be really impressed by. So, let's start off with the lower ratings, like I always do. I will give, like, you know me, I give descriptions. I must admit, I'm not being very good on my Goodreads reviews at the moment. My heart's really struggling with writing reviews because with 2 children running around all the time, it always feels like there's one more thing to do and it's not always the things I have the time for. So I will try and discuss the books the best I can. But if you've got want to know anything about any of the books, please feel free to message me on either here, Instagram or Twitter, and I will promise you I'll get back to you and let you know what I really think of them. So I'll start off with the lowest rating book of the month, which is Jam Busted by Julie Summers. I got this out of the library before everything kicked off, and I really am not enjoying it. I didn't enjoy it. It was the story of the Women's Institute in the Second War. Yes, it was very factual. I'm not denying that. Interesting in the fact that, but it didn't grip me. I think I'm definitely off World War, the kind of jambustery ladies bit of it. I don't want to read any more non-fiction books on that, and I think the upstairs non-fiction side for me, when I do go back to the library, will be left for a while because I think I need to change it up a little bit because I really didn't enjoy that one as much. It was all right. It was talking about the women that did, the Women's Institute did amazing jobs over World War II. They worked really hard and they supported all the women and they did amazingly. But it wasn't really for me at the moment and not the awe-inspiring things that I needed to read at the moment. Now the next one's one I'm gutted about. I really wanted to rate it higher. It's 3 stars. Charlie has rated it 3.5, but to me it's 3. I've already read this with my sister Charlie from Charlie Brooke. It's probably my least favourite out of all the Bronte books. This is apparently it's quite autobiographical in the fact that Charlotte Bronte, it was her last novel and it's most of it's set in France, in Villette. It's where she sort of I'm trying to think, it's based on her experience as a teacher in Brussels, sorry, not France. And in Lucy Snow's relationship with the passionate individual Monsieur Paul Emmanuel, and that's reflected on Charlotte's own unrequited love for her employer, Monsieur Higa. The starts off really well. I really like Lucy Snow. She's quite a nice girl. I actually fell in love with, again, as always, the side character of Polly, who's a young girl at the very start of this, and she comes in towards the end. When she's in it at the start and the end, I've enjoyed that bit. So that bit was 3/3.5. But the middle really dragged. In my version of this book, you have quite a lot of the French interpretations at the bottom. So you read it in French, and then it's the interpretation at the bottom. So you have to keep going up and down, up and down. And I found that quite hard work. Villette is frustration in vivid portrayal of characters. That's what I'm reading at the back of here. It's probably my least favourite Bronte, and for the first time in a very long time, I'm giving this book back to the charity shop because I didn't enjoy it as much. That's one that's going bye. When the charity shops reopen, they're going to have that. And I never thought I would give up a classic book. I don't tend to because I love my classics. This is one I won't ever read again, and even though it's a Bronte, it's my least favourite. It makes me a bit nervous about trying The Professor and Shirley. Please, guys, if you've read The Professor or Shirley, can you let me know in the comments below what you thought of it? Because this one was not a very good success, although I did enjoy reading it with my sister. So those are the lowest ratings, and now I go already into 4 and 5 star books, and that alone is saying how good this month's been on my reading so far. Trust me, it's keeping me going with the kids at the moment. So the next one is one that I really, really enjoyed. I enjoyed it way more than I thought it would. It's Lady of the Rivers by Philippa Gregory. It's the first in her Plantagenet series, and we talk about Jacqueletta Luxembourg. She starts off when she's very young. She is 1435, and she's left a wealthy young widow by her husband, the Duke of Bedford, dies. And then she meets Richard Woodville. And we all know that Richard Woodville and Jacqueletta actually started the dynasty of a lot of the Tudor parts. They started a big family that changed the history of the world, of England, sorry. I'm sure you've heard that basically I will say that, it's no spoiler free in that their daughter Elizabeth Woodville is the one that marries the infamous Richard, Duke of York. I think that's Richard Duke of York. Yeah, she marries someone that is really interesting. She marries one of the kings, Blake, that becomes the king and that changed the dynasty. Elizabeth Woodville is well known. She's the White Queen. So once you've read this, you have to read the White Queen next, because that is really, really fascinating. And I loved hearing how the generational things. There's talks of so many important things. There's some mythology in this, and there's some facts in it. And I love this one. This one I actually enjoyed more than I enjoyed the White Queen. But because I don't want to keep the series, I'm going to give it away. But it is way better than the White Queen. I loved it way more than the Red Queen. So it's my favourite out of the Plantagenet series so far. And I really, really enjoyed it. There are some triggers for child abuse, for rape, for various other issues. A lot of violence in this, like in all the Tudor books, but it's really good, and definitely glad I read this. I wish I would have read it first. But no, you were right. This is one that's really, really good. So definitely, if you're going to read the Plantagenet series, start in that. Now, the next one is a book that I'm going to be giving to my lovely friend Chloe. This is Lyrebird by Cecilia Ahern. I fancied this, as in the fact that I wanted a chicky litty contemporary book to give me a bit of magic to cheer me up, and this really did it. The lyrebird is an Australian bird who mimics the sounds that he hears, and in this there is a girl called Laura Button who has that gift, and we start off following the death of her father. Laura Button's hidden life in the remote West Court is revealed. Encountering her by accident deep in the woods, Solomon Fallon feels an instant connection. Laura, nicknamed Lyrebird, with a gift for sound, has a talent that offers her passport to a world. This is really lovely. There is a lovely romance in this. I can't tell you who, because obviously that's the spoiler. But Laura is an amazing character. Her innocence and her naivety, because of what obviously she's been brought up sort of away from the world. I love it. I love Solomon. He's such a great character. Yes, it's a contemporary chick lit because you can predict quite a lot of it. But 4 stars does not detract from the fact that this is a really lovely, cosy book, and definitely one I recommend. It talks about innocence and hope, and at the moment that kind of book is quite good. So Chloe, as soon as I can send this to you, I will be. The next one is a book I buddy read with the gorgeous, the lovely Simone from Me, Simone and I. This is The Couple Next Door by Sherry Lapina. This was going to be 5 stars right till the end, and the last couple of chapters ruined it, and it went straight from 5 to 4. Me and Simone, for a change, we both agreed. The last couple of buddy reads, the endings turned one of us 5 stars, one of us 4 stars, and we've swapped. But this one, we were both thinking this is fantastic. There are so many twists and turns in this book. You can't predict it. It's about, your neighbour told you she didn't want your 6-month-old daughter at the birthday party. Nothing personal, she just couldn't stand the crying. Your husband said it would be fine. After all, you only live next door. You have the baby monitor. When they go and check on their daughter at the last time, she's disappeared. As a parent, this is heartbreaking. The idea of losing your child, I couldn't imagine that. But safe to say, this is really exciting. Now, I know Victoria Nicole didn't like this as much, but I liked it till the very end. So I'm definitely going to pick up more Sherry Lapina books. I wouldn't pay full price because it has gone down to 4 stars, but I will certainly pick them up, and I really did enjoy this. definitely ones when the charity shops reopen. I'll be looking for more of Sherry Lapina's works, and I'll probably have to buddy read them with Simone because that alone really exciting. I think reading 50 pages a day and chatting about the book every day, buddy reading with Simone's amazing because she really does talk to you about the books, and I really really enjoyed that. So yeah, I really did enjoy it. It was a thriller. I was scared at times, bit of violence, bit of things that you think, oh my goodness. So thank you, Simone, for buddy reading with this and challenging me to read something I didn't think I would. And thank you to Nicole and Victoria for encouraging me to try for the thrillers. Definitely a genre I'm going to go back to, but this is going back to charity shop because I won't read thrillers again. I think once you've read them, you know what the twists are, you know what the turns are, so it takes away a lot of the excitement. Now the next one is 4.5 stars. I put it as 5 stars on Goodreads, but I think, speaking to my sister, it makes me think, because I got sent this for free, I thought I should really rate it 5 stars. Just 4.5 is not detracting from the fact that it was really, really good book. But it's informative, it's factual. It's one I'm going to keep because there are so many parts in here where it teaches you some lessons. And right now, I think a lot of these lessons were... And there's also some quotes in it that are gorgeous. I'm really torn between 4.5 and 5 stars because every time I think of it, I can't decide. I think it's brilliant. There's some quotes in here that are amazing. It talks about mental health, physical health, disabilities, how we view ourselves, parenting. Below are some tips to deal with trauma. This lady, Ilana Estelle, she was born the second of identical twins, of premature twins, and she has cerebral palsy, which didn't get diagnosed till very late. And this is her story. It's part memoir, part motivational guide. I got sent this by Red Door Press, and it was really, really good book. Definitely one I recommend, and please check out Red Door Press, because if you buy from them directly, they are putting money towards charity, which I think is amazing. So check them out. Right now, it's really important to support these small publishings, and I did enjoy this. I think if you need motivational guides, and if you need a really objective views on disabilities, then this book would be really good for you. This is what I'm keeping. Now into my definite 5 stars. I'll start off with The Wizard of Oz, which I buddy read with the lovely Victoria from What Victoria Read. Sorry, my voice is getting croaky. I've got a bit of hay fever. This really is amazing. If you compare it, my version is shorter than Victoria's version. It's like only just over 100 odd pages, 140 pages. But it's amazing that in this short amount of pages, you are getting so much of the backstory of so many of the characters. I loved hearing a lot more of the backstory of the Tin Man. You got a bit about the lion, the Cowardly Lion, and obviously the Scarecrow. But the Tin Man story really, in essence, struck out to me. There are some other things that I won't tell you spoilers about, but trust me, if you like the film, then you will love the book even more. This is 101% 5 stars, and I can't wait to read this with my daughter because it's going to really excite her. It's fantastic. I love buddy reading with Victoria. Victoria's an amazing young lady, and buddy reading it with her was so much fun, so definitely check that one out. Then I reread for the Rereadathon book club. You guys know about it. Graphic novel about Dougie Tongue. It's written by Debbie Tongue. Bookwormers rejoice. This charming comic captures everything what it's like to feel head over heels with hardcovers and all their books. Right now, I wish I could go into my bookshops. I can't wait for this to be over and go back to my charity shops. Go back to the library. I didn't realise how much I missed them. Yes, I've got loads of books. I know, guys. I know what you're thinking. But as a book lover, I feel isolated away from them. So this book really did make me smile, but it also made me cry because it makes me think that right now I can't go to these places when I want to. Although, like I said, we're doing it for good. But yeah, I still love this book. It'll be 5 stars all the way. Then the next 2 books are obvious 5 stars. They're obvious ones. They're ones I knew. They're children's. Although one of them's YA now. They're books that I don't need to talk too much about. I'll start off with Harry Potter because in the Goblet of Fire. Even though this is my least favourite for the books because there's definitely scary parts in this. The graveyard scene at the end is petrifying, and oh my goodness, the film, I definitely dislike the film, but I loved the book more reading it this time round. I found out more details of it and I thought it was a lot more interesting. I love my Harry Potter books. I will reread them more times than I'll read any other book. Obvious 5 stars, don't need to talk to me anymore about this. The next one my sister Charlie lent to me, so her stack is getting very big. The Wanda Smith by The Calling of Morrigan Crow. It's the second in the series, one that Charlie read to me. I absolutely loved it. I finished it in a couple of days. It's The second, oh my goodness, if you want to belong, you have to believe. This is gripping, it's thrilling, it's exciting, I actually think it's better than the first one, which is really weird. This and the Tilly and the Book Wanderers, both books, I preferred the second one to the first one, which is really strange, because some people didn't. I love this book. I love the magic, I love the friendships, I love Jupiter North. He is my favourite character ever. He is just amazing. I don't know what there is about him, but whenever he's in it, there is a smile on my face. I love how he protects Morrigan. He's amazing, and I love this book. So yes, definite perfect one for the moment. So Charlie, you're getting that back. Now I'm going to my 2 joint favourite books of the month. I have to say joint because they're very different but very good. So the first one is one that I buddy read with Chloe. The Kiss Quote. I can never say it. Quoting. Charlie says I never say it wrong. It's bloody rude. It's so raunchy and rude and naughty and graphic about sexual content. It says it's a love story, and it says it's high time for Stella Lane to settle down and find a husband, but also her mother tells her. It's no easy task for a wealthy, successful woman like Stella, who also has Asperger's. Asperger's is now named slightly differently. It's on the autism spectrum, and I don't want to word that wrong. But yes, you can tell she has social difficulties. But I love that book. I love the way it portrays that. It doesn't portray it it doesn't gloss over her problems, but it doesn't also judge her for it. The way she meets this guy, so she decides to hire a male escort, Michael, and Michael's story alone is amazing, and I really, really love this book. It's raunchy, it's rude, it's so graphic, but oh my goodness. I thought, because I'm not, I'm quite a squeamish person these days on some of the graphic sexual content. So Triggers, yes, it is got a lot of graphic sexual content. But normally I'm a bit like, oh, I don't like this, or I'm a bit squeamish, I find it uncomfortable. And it's like a kind of almost 50 Shades, but written way better. Now, apparently Charlie lent this to me. I thought it was my own one, but Charlie lent it to me. And I've actually begged her for if I can keep it, because I actually want to reread it. I love this book. Love budding reading with Chloe. Chloe's absolutely amazing. It's definitely one of my favourite books of the month, and possibly one of my favourite books of the year. It's that blooming well written. Helen Huang, I'm definitely getting the second in the series when I can, and not the third, because similar characters apparently link in. Very good. Very rude, but very good. Couldn't get her Let It Go. The next one that's an obvious favourite is An Heir to Murder by Charles Heathcote. It's our lovely Charlie. If you guys want me to do an individual review, I will. This book, Alice Valentine has lost her job, her auntie is dead, and she's discovered that she owns a cottage in Partridge Mews. Now, I forgot that Charlie said that this links into his Our Doris books, and there are some bits of it that do. It's a murder mystery, but it's done in such a blooming way that you laugh at points. Yes, there's a bit of the murder mystery bit, like, oh my god, there's quite a lot of twists and turns in it. I didn't expect it to be this blooming good, but it's really good. Obviously, no offence, Charlie, I love your work, but I couldn't have expected to love a murder mystery this much. The fact that it links in with his Our Doris books makes it even more special, because they're characters, so you feel like you've gone home. You feel like you're going into a lovely, cosy village, but with a murder mystery that's spooky, that gives it that extra edge. I love this. He's apparently going to be doing a sequel to this, and because he's got the 4th Our Doris book that's got to come out first, and then he'll do a sequel to this one. Please, go onto Charlie's website and check him out. I will link his channel, and then if you want to buy one of his books, buy him, because it gives him more money, and he bloody deserves it, because I love him. So this is brilliant. Pick it up. If you like murder mysteries, if you like cosy books, cozy crime, it's fantastic, so check it out. Now I'm going to tell you the books that I'm currently reading. I won't go on too long because I'm already on 19 minutes and I can't cut my videos. The first one that I'm obviously currently reading, I'm nearly halfway through, you can see, nearly at the end, is Anne of Windy Willows or Windy Poplars. Sorry, Tia, I'm not enjoying this as much. It's probably my least favourite of all. Most of it's written in letter style format, and it's actually my least favourite of all of them. But I'm getting there. Anne's writing letters to her fiance Gilbert in this, and it's about her she becomes a principal of the school in Summerside, I think it is, Summerside High School. It is still really good, and there are bits of it I loved. I love the middle. Right now I'm getting into a really good bit. I'm sorry, darling. Sorry, guys, my son's being naughty. But right now I've just had a really lovely bit where they went back to the Green Gables, and there's some really fantastic scenes in this. It is good, but it's like 4 stars. It's probably my least favourite of the series so far. Now, I'm just currently starting these 2 today. So I'm starting The Help later on today. I was supposed to start it last night, but I was exhausted. You guys know about this book. It's set in Mississippi, 1962, where black maids raise white children but aren't trusted not to steal the silver. I read this for my try a chapter tag, and it got the second favourite, so it is still getting read. Did enjoy it. When I read the try chapter, and everyone's raved about it, so I'm definitely going to read it. It might put things into perspective. Because of that, I don't like reading a sort of books like that, too hard hitting before thingies. Sorry, guys. I'm going to also start on this today. This is Asha lives in the mountains of Himalayas. Money is tight, and she misses her papa, who works in the city. So when this goes out, I'll be probably reading both of these. But I'm starting recording on the Wednesday, and I'll be reading them tonight. So. And lastly, I am reading Scarlet with Clint. It's the second in the Lunar Chronicles book. I am actually really enjoying this. I'm actually enjoying it more than the first one, which surprises me. There are characters from the first one in it. Scarlet is an amazing, strong lady. I really love this book. And yeah, I thank you, Judy, for giving it to me. But guys, sorry this is such a long video. I'm already reading loads. I don't know what my second one will be. Who knows? But if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed to it, ring on my ding-a-ling. Take care. Bye-bye.